are you guys? Alhamdulillah. So thank you for your introduction and thank you, Farabi, for inviting me to this presentation. It's first time for me here. Uh, so uh, let me begin by asking you, how many of you are entrepreneurs here? Just show your hand. Okay. And how many are planning to become an entrepreneur? MashaAllah. Right. So the idea of this presentation is to create an movement, maybe a light bulb glows for you after going through this presentation. I'm not sure because I've been asked to do a presentation on new technology, business opportunities in new technologies. So let's see if something interests you and maybe a startup or spin out come out of this just as a motivation. Consider this presentation as a motivation. Am I audible enough for you? Yeah, okay. All right, so let me briefly introduce you to the logos up there. Siam, as the chair of the session, I introduce you. Socioeconomic Upliftment of Marginalized People is a charitable trust registered in Telangana state to help improve marginalized communities in and around Telangana. And then we have founder members here. Rahmatullah sitting here. He's a founder member, and other founder member, Abdul Mujib, is also here in the session somewhere sitting. So, and then we have New Education Initiatives. This is also a charity. So this one is a recent, it's going to be registered as a Section 8 company, not-for-profit organization, where we are planning to target more than 1 million BPL, underprivileged dropouts and out-of-school kids through MOOCs, massive open online courses from first class till maybe PG. That's our intention, inshallah. And there are people, a lot of people are involved in this project. So make dua that Allah succeed us in this project, especially after pandemic. We would like to penetrate the marginalized community and help them lift in the area of education. Of course, this FEEDAL is a sister concern of SIAM. Here we focus only on providing ration to poor people, but basically SIAM is the one that is an umbrella organization. So agenda for my presentation today is I'm going to talk about drone technology, business opportunities in drone technology, 3D printing, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, robotics, data science and machine learning, aerial and satellite remote sensing applied to natural resources and sustainable agriculture, and blockchain technology and immersive technology. Guys, you have to settle down. Okay, so let's start with drone technology. People working in IT, they have these abbreviations, SaaS, PaaS, I don't know what not. So I coined this morning, DTAAS. So drone technology as a service. So maybe this is a movement for you. So aerial drone inspection analysis. What are the possibilities with the drone that you can do a startup as a business? Drone videography and photography. Maybe you might have already seen this in functions and marriages where people use. Our community is, diverted into these kind of applications. So I'm trying to bring some more opportunities for you here. And then wind energy, solar energy, railways, mining, agriculture. I mean, there are unlimited opportunities if you think. And recently, there's vertiport business opportunity where you transport people and goods using drones. That's also possible. So making construction more efficient with drone power solution, yes, it's possible. Rehabilitate urban planning with drone power solution at a fragment of cost. If you involve people, if you got a big, large project, multinational turnkey-based project, how many people you need, how many man hours you need to manage and inspect and keep an eye on your project. With drone, you can very easily achieve at a low, maybe less, very, very minimum cost and in real good time. Um, all right, it's plain. So the construction industries are flourishing swiftly, and the role of technology is developing. So how you can use drone? Just you can monitor, keep an eye on construction site, uh, get a real-time data while you're monitoring the project, and then make decision based on your real-time data. So these are all possibilities in construction industry. Beyond construction industry, you can also do presentation mode. So beyond construction industry, what you can do, let's say you have solar power plant, you have wind turbines, you have other natural resources, agriculture. You can fly drones, get real-time data, collect the data, analyze the data. There are ready-made packages along with the drone technology that you can collect the data, analyze the data, and make decisions in real time. So it's not playing full mode. Did anyone ever had the opportunity to operate a drone? What kind of drone did you operate? What was the application? Okay, okay, right, fantastic. All right. So there are numerous opportunities if you want to venture into. Are there any venture capitalists here? Just raise your hand. Funders? No? There are no? Yes. They don't want to show that. Okay. So as I said, wind turbines, solar plant, SPV, or solar photovoltaic plants. A long time back in Riyadh, I proposed mounting a LiDAR camera on your drone and then modeling the entire tower. And if you can think about this in India as well, because the Reliance, BSNL, they have to maintain their towers every time. So if you go as DTAAS and tell them, we will model your tower using a LiDAR sensor mounted on the drone, and then you capture the entire tower, then you would be able to tell them, or do the analysis of the tower, uh, inform them, have a business with them, like whether the tower is good enough for expansion, if they want to put new antennas, or they need some repair or bracing of the tower, all the health monitoring of the tower, any infrastructure for that matter. If you are a real estate agent and you want to sell properties, then what you can do, you can take the drone, do a very nice videography, photography, show your business case, spotlight, and make it attractive to your clients that you can show real time or as a video. So let's say you have a very nice property and your potential client is sitting somewhere at some corner of the globe. Then what you can do, you can shoot that, and using drone technology, and maybe further we can see immersive technologies. You combine both these technologies, and then that will be a really powerful appealing marketing tool for you. Or if you got places that are inaccessible or inhospitable, that you don't want people to go there because you don't know what's there, like tunnel. So you can send a drone, get the inspection of the entire tunnel in real time, and then make a decision later on. Other applications where you can really offer very good business cases, like natural resources. For example, you got a mountain or a cliff or a mine, where you want to estimate the volume, how much that has to be removed. So using some built-in softwares that come with the drones, you can really do the volume estimation real time using LiDAR sensor mounted on a drone. So this is very emerging. The technology is already there for a long time, but in India, the application may not be that much. So this is an opportunity. If people who have some background in technology and people who are venture capitalists, they come together, sit together, and discuss some plans, there are huge potential opportunities in this area. So you can right away, using the built-in softwares, estimate the volume of those clips that need to be removed, for instance, in this case. So, you can tell on site, so this many cubic meters. Sorry? And, for these operations are accurate measurements and they're more accelerated data acquisition through. If you deploy a manual effort for this, how many man days and how much cost is involved? With drone and with software, you can do that in much faster pace than man days. Similarly, in agriculture, you can use the drone with some multispectral or maybe, if possible, hyperspectral sensors mounted on drone, and you can do real-time monitoring of your agricultural field crops, where you can estimate the health of the vegetation. You can even maybe predict yield and tell the growers, farmers, how much yield they might expect at the end of the growing season. So these are all built-in softwares, or you can yourself have a team where you can design the software, do all the planning, implementation, analysis. So complete DTAAS is possible, and applications are unlimited if you do some brainstorming, right? In India, especially with very heterogeneous infrastructure all over the places. If you go to Western countries, what you see there is settlements are designed. Now, you might see that in Gurgaon, they are all designed settlements, but in most of the places in India, they are haphazard, random. So using drone technology, you can do the proper mapping, and then town planning, government agency. You can liaison the government agencies for town planning and informed decision making using these technologies. If you have a tourism office, you're promoting tourism, how you can use that? You can combine drone technology with immersive technology, right? 3D mapping of heritage sites and ability to view places using virtual reality. So you got headsets, you can give it a headset to your client, and then your drone is capturing all those three-dimensional view of the place that you want to promote for your tourist client. Then this is another possibility that you can do that. So there are many more, but I thought, given the time limit for the presentation, I just thought, I'll talk about a few of those opportunities that can immediately be started if somebody is interested. Then we talk about, this, I think in Dubai and in China, they have already experimented transporting people using drones. And I think also in Canada, they have these very ports. So you can transport people and you can transport goods using the drones, advanced drones. So business of drones, you can sell drones. This is one opportunity. You can procure drones from the manufacturer, or if you have the possibility to manufacture drones, you can manufacture drones and sell them. Then you have business opportunity for drone application, what we have seen just now. Then you can also sell business accessories for the drones. People who use drones, they need accessories from time to time to maintain the drones. And maintenance and repair of drones, this is another business opportunity. You can train the pilot for flying drones and drone taxis. This is another opportunity. And you yourself can become a pilot for drone. You're a flying taxis driver. These are all opportunities that are possible. Though next, we talk about 3D technology. Yeah, what are the potential business opportunities for 3D technologies? So 3D printing technology can help you to develop any project, create your own 3D printing business, get inspired by all these 3D printing ideas that you're going to see now. How you can establish a business, you can have a 3D printable design templates. If you are good in CAD/CAM, anyone with a background in CAD/CAM, yeah. So you can design the templates and sell it as a template to the 3D printer companies. you can yourself do 3D printing of the products, whatever products. That's another business opportunity. You have to have a business opportunity to maintain and repair of 3D printers. You have to teach people how to use 3D printing. That's another opportunity. Making 3D printed. Have you heard about 3D printing burgers? Has anyone eat 3D printed burgers? No. No. Burgers and steaks? No. So the 3D printers are printing burgers and steaks. What they're doing is in the laboratory they're creating meat, artificial meat, and they put that meat they have syringes where they put blood and fat, and the 3D printer will print a steak, meat steak, which tastes real like meat. So what my concern is, if this because there's a lot of billion-dollar investment coming up in this area, because there's a huge market in West as well as Far East. My concern is the climate change lobby, the animal rights lobby, and the Islamophobes. If they come together and invest a lot of money here, they might come and say, no more udhiya, no more zabiha. We have 3D printed burgers. That's a possibility. You never know. So 3D printing, another business opportunity is 3D printed logos for businesses. You can, get design beautiful logos for the businesses and do the 3D printing and label for clothes. Normally, they are stitched, they're designed, but this is another opportunity where you can have labels for clothes as a business opportunity. Yeah. Okay. How does that work? You can see whatever. First, you have to have a design template. Once you feed the design template, it will print it in no time. In fact, in China, they are building houses using 3D printing technology. The complete house is built using 3D printing. Now, how durable is that? It is really durable. May not be durable for extreme weather, but it is really durable, and in no time you construct a house. All right. Next slide. So let's move on to artificial intelligence robotics. Um, this is basically evolved from manufacturing. The manufacturing industry have been using robotics for a long time, and Germany is, to my mind, is like a paradise for automation and robotics. So there are so many. Oh yeah. Okay. So far, any moment or light bulb moment in any one of you? Oh, I can start this now. Did it click anyone? No one? Yeah, who is ready to start? Who is ready to start a drone DTAAS business or 3D printing? 3D printing is pretty easy. Rahmatullah, he has a 3D printer in I know that. Oh, mashallah, very good. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, yeah. 0.01% from the audience here. No. Oh yeah, inshallah, inshallah. Inshallah, bismillah. So in robotics, you know, robots protect workers from repetitive, mundane, and dangerous tasks. A lot of application for robots. Industrial robots system used for manufacturing. Typical application of robots include welding, painting, assembly, pick and place for printed circuit boards, packaging, and labeling. 10 years. In fact, do you know which country is the most advanced in robotics? Can anyone guess? Exactly. Japan is way ahead of US, Europe, or any other country. I reckon in 2009, I was in a conference, and next to me was a Japanese scientist sitting, and the guy presenting on the podium was a British scientist. So I asked him, what do you think about his presentation? He said, I published that paper 15 years ago. So that's advanced they are, Japanese. So I was like, fortunate. Probably, how many of you guys know this champion here? Muhammad Hassan Ali. Anyone recognize? No? This is a genius. He's from Hyderabad, Hassan Ali. He built a robot, serving robot. So in restaurants and hotels, his plan is to replace butlers with his serving robot. That's a possibility. So if any venture capitalist sitting here, you should contact him. You know, this guy is an eighth grader. He is teaching engineering students at home, electronics, mathematics, programming. And he built this robot, and he's a CEO of his startup. I'm surprised that not many of you know such genius. That's yeah. And there was a lot of media attention last year about his achievements in national TV and regional television. So this also reflects how ghafilun we are. We don't know what's going on around. And how many of you know about Boston Dynamics? Yeah. So Boston Dynamics, they are into robotics from a long time. That robot you see there, the 10 years before they started experimenting on artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, robotics, they started training. After 10 years, look at the progress they have made. 10 years, it's just learning to walk, imitating how human walks. They're doing all kind of experiments. After 10 years, the way they advance the technology, improve, iterative improvement of their technology. The robots is now like an Olympic guy jumping, somersault, everything. And they have a dog that they designed. A lot of stuff. World is going far advanced in all these technologies. Our culture here, I don't know, in Hyderabad, at least I can tell you, we have a lot of potential talent, but it's going waste. How we can, synergize that potential talent so that we can reach somewhere middle, not even, if not competing with them, at least somewhere. You see, this is behaving just like a human, and it's all programmed. This is a wall climbing robot. There are so many applications, but I think in Mufakhamja they have some advanced application of robotics. I know recently they also got some patent for something. I read somewhere in the newspaper. Look at the somersault, just like an Olympic guy. This is a robot doing it because they learn from looking at real movement from human beings and imitate. That's artificial intelligence. That's chameleon, and you have dogs maybe pulling a truck, like you have a horses, or if you go to Alaska, there are dogs pulling your cart. So here dogs are pulling a truck. All these are robotic dogs. Look at that. There's a military application and domestic application. We can focus on domestic application, how we can improve the life of ordinary people in medicine, in hospitals, and for those people who are alone, like old people, old age people, they are alone at home. You design a robot and give them a serving robot. That's a big opportunity here as well. All right, let's move on. Now, Internet of Things. Anyone working on IoT here? In any company, IoT applications? The same guys are raising their hand again and again. So Internet of Things, billions of gadgets will be connected. A lot of data sharing, a lot of data transmission, huge data, zettabyte of data that cannot be processed by clouds. So Internet of Things, like for example, let's say a farmer in his field have a sensor. That sensor sends temperature, humidity, rainfall, and maybe soil properties. Unless that data is transmitted to the application center, you cannot process it. So Internet of Things have an application there. If you build software where you can transmit the data from any application, like home automation, cars talking to each other. If you build those systems with IoT and implement in cars, now we are coming up with the autonomous cars, driverless cars, self-driving cars. So Internet of Things and self-driving autonomous cars, there's a perfect combination. So you can avoid accidents on the street. numerous opportunities again in this field. So let's see a quick video of a use case of home automation using Internet of Things, how you can control uh, your appliances at home using IoT. You can control your lightings, you can control your security, you can control your ACs, you can control your refrigerator, your burners, hot burners, anything, just by a press of a button using these IoT sensors. By no means I'm promoting this company. I just like that video, so I just included it in my presentation. You can control your kitchen, you can control your AC. Everything is now become possible using these technology. So if we are able to develop these kind of applications based on IoT, then there's unlimited opportunity in India and abroad. All right, let's move on. Now, coming to data science, yeah. Data science and machine learning. Did anyone previously have seen this picture? Has anyone seen this picture before? You, yeah. You know, when oil was discovered, and once oil was discovered, people who were the most rich were the one who explore oil and sell oil. Now that has been replaced by data as a new oil. The one who has a data is more rich now. The one who owns the data will be more rich than even the oil companies. And there are statistics as of today. I did not find a good slide to show the statistics that multi-billion-dollar revenue coming from data and not from oil. In fact, I think in 2018 or 2019, oil went negative. Crude oil price went negative, not zero, negative. There were no buyers. So data is a new oil. So if you look at these companies, how they make money, Netflix, IBM, Springboard, Facebook, Google, Amazon, all these people are making money based on data. And I remember I was in 2016 when Trump was elected, British company by the name Data Analytics. They manipulated the data of the voters in the United States to manipulate the election results. They had a data of, I think, more than 120 million people, and they used Facebook to campaign for Trump to influence the election results. That's how powerful data is. It depends on how you use the data, but the moment you get the data, you can do the modeling, and implication of that will be like life-changing. I'm a scientist, satellite remote sensing scientist, where I apply satellite data and airborne data for natural resource management, particularly precision agriculture. So in 2018, I was in a conference in Canada where I used 8 years data from the corn growers in US. In United States, 8 states grow corn, and there are big farmers, like they have thousands of acres of land. So their data, what they used to, every year they apply nitrogen in the soil. What happens, whatever is required for the plant consumes that fertilizer or nitrogen. Rest of the nitrogen either remains on the surface, or if there is a rainfall or water, that nitrogen seeps underground, and it contaminates both surface water as well as groundwater. So I had a project where I have to find out if, and they were applying 240 kilogram nitrogen per hectare. So I wanted to see if using AI, ML, DS, if we can do a modeling and tell growers if they can reduce the fertilizer application. So from my model, I informed them that at 170 kilogram per hectare, there is no change in the yield that they were getting. So from 240 to 170, it's like a saving for them in terms of money, and also reduction in environmental loading from the excess application of nitrogen. So this is one application of data science and machine learning in precision agriculture. This I presented in International Society of Precision Agriculture in Canada in 2018. So more possibilities are, if you have background in remote sensing, not just precision agriculture, you can do n number of things. You can do natural resource management, you can do town planning, you can do smart cities. There are unlimited opportunities again in this technology. Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, they are also very advanced. Unlike NASA, ISRO, I think they are not good in marketing. And NASA is good because also Hollywood promotes NASA. So everyone across the globe know NASA. But ISRO is more advanced, more in terms of space technology, ISRO is very advanced. I was in German Aerospace Company in 2004, 2005. So the delegates from German Aerospace Company, DLR, they came to India to ISRO to make a MOU with DLR, with ISRO. But the German team demanded the ISRO team that they will have mission control. ISRO declined. They did not do MOU with Germany. They came back. So I asked my boss, so what did you do rest of the time? He said, I went to see Taj Mahal. So, Indians, our scientists here are well advanced. Now, recently they have a MOU with the NASA on, I think, space-borne hyperspectral sensor. This is something new coming up and a lot of potential applications. So if you know remote sensing and geographic information system and the combination of this, then there are potential business opportunities. Let me give you an example. For example, if we have, let's say, a hypermart that runs like a huge space of parking. So a business idea for you might be, you use the technology either with drone, because any remote sensing, drone is also remote sensing, satellite is remote sensing, airborne is a remote sensing. You map the parking area of the hypermart over an n number of days, like maybe 6 months, and then collect that data, do the analysis of data and find out at what particular hour of the day they have the maximum parking in their parking lot. That way you are able to tell at what time more customers are coming to the market. With that data, you can tell the market owners, okay, put all your promotions at that particular time, then you will have increase in sales. This is one of the ideas, you can use it. Then another application is disaster management. So let's say you have floods. What you can do? You can use the satellite data, because floods, they come in a large area. Drones, you cannot cover flood, natural disasters. Drones are for small, limited areas. You cannot fly over districts, over. Excuse me. Can you play? So there was a flood in Mississippi Delta in Kansas City. The entire city was inundated, including airports, railway. There was a disaster, billions of dollars of loss. So I use radar data from satellite to analyze how much damage is. Sorry. This dark region, the red, that's the damage. It's a huge area, many square miles. So one business model from this use case will be, insurance companies want to know what's the damage and what's the claim. So you can use this technology to tell insurance companies about the damage, and they will settle the claims based on that. There was another flood in Iran the same few months later after the Kansas City. So I did manage to get the data from satellite and did modeling for that. The lake burst and it spread into the towns and cities. That's another application. So this is disaster management, is another application of remote sensing. All right, next. Next slide. Okay, there's also, you can do simulation of, like, if you have a groundwater, you want to know whether the groundwater table is constant or expanding or rising. You can do another modeling of this using LiDAR data, both with this is a field in Scotland where I did my PhD. So I wanted to, I manufactured this sense leveler that goes into groundwater, and it measures monthly variable of water table in the ground. And using LiDAR data, I model it, and I wanted to know what is the expansion and contraction of the lakes, because these lakes are potential emission of greenhouse gas such as methane. And I was looking into the scaling up of methane as a greenhouse gas for a global warming potential. That was another application. Next. Uh, okay, the last I will cover, yeah, in 3 minutes. So blockchain technology, how many of you heard about blockchain technology? So there was a survey done in London asking people what is a blockchain technology. Some of them said, what is blockchain? They said, in previous days, you have this chain in your washroom toilet to pull to release to flush the toilet. That was the reply given in London. So blockchain technology is a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to chain, hack, or cheat system. So it's the information, once you feed into blockchain, it is immutable. You cannot change it. That's a very powerful application again in this technology. So I have two webinars recently delivered, one hosted by MFIRD here, this one, and another by MCCI. So these are the links here. You can later on watch if you are interested in investment in cryptocurrencies and doing something in blockchain technology. And other applications, I'm particularly interested in this. If there are any venture capitalists who want to talk to me about potential collaboration, we can do that during the lunch. Supply chain management using blockchain technology in agriculture. Our farmers, for the past, I don't know how many, 6 months, they are on the streets in Delhi protesting outside Delhi. Government is not, yes, it's almost 1 year. So what basically is the problem there is they want to give the entire supply chain to some selected few industrialists, Adanis and Ambas and I don't know who. So using this technology, if we can build an app, this technology would eliminate all the middlemen. So from field to the table, you get the produce from the field produce and bring it to the table, eliminate all the middlemen, the large traders and all that, use this technology. So we can have powerful applications in all these overseeing farm inventory, enhancing agricultural supply chain, modernizing farm management software, all these applications. Yeah, there are more opportunities here. Let me move. Then we have immersive technologies like artificial augmented reality and virtual reality. The application of this in medicine, you can have business opportunities in training of these technologies, in retail shops. Let's say you're going for shopping in the market, you have a smart AR and VR application that will take a picture of your video and it analyze you, and then it will send back the information to the salesperson that, hey, this customer is coming, he is most likely going to buy that. So bring those items right in front of him. That's advanced technology in retail, in construction, in data visualization, manufacturing, and also in tourism. You can use this technology. I will skip this. Okay, this another application of augmented reality is you wear the jacket, okay, and then you virtually go and inspect your industry or factory, especially in that position where you feel there might be a danger to the life. So you can see here that this guy is sitting in his office and inspecting the plant there, and there is another guy who might be standing down here, and he don't know what's the danger at that position. So using augmented reality, he is preempting what could possibly happen. And you see there's an accident that happens and something fall on him right away. There's an electric shock, something, and that this guy down, you see. So this is a possibility in reality, but using augmented reality, you have already analyzed that, so you can avoid that kind of risk to the life. That's an application of this technology. But technology, I think this will be over the top, so I will skip this. Yeah, technology adoption. You can read this Gartner's hype cycle. Anyone who would want to venture into new technology, read Gartner's hype cycle. Okay, it will tell you where you should enter into how technology emerged, what are the phases of the technology, how it is adopted by general public, and as an investor, at what point and position, if you invest, will fetch you the highest returns for the technology. Okay, so here's the conclusion. So the acknowledgement, actually the entire PowerPoint presentation was created by my 10th grader son, Abdullah. he did that. I just gave him the keywords, and everything was put by him except the data I provided him. And we have Rahmatullah sitting here. He and Sadi, they gave me inputs for 3D printing, right? And all the information you see I've collected from these websites. Okay, thank you. If there are any questions, I'm happy to answer. Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead.
How do you evaluate, especially when I'm not from a technical background? Yeah.
That's very interesting. Yes, if people who are not familiar with technical background, what you can do is you have to have a good team who are sound in technology, and you have to have a good financial background support as well. Or if you have people who are innovative, creative, they can have very good programming skills. Then your idea, if they are able to convert into some programming applications, then you don't need to be. But you have to have the overarching in and out of the technology background. Otherwise, you can be cheated.
Yes.
People can exploit you. If you go as an investor without technology background, that's a high risk. So you have to have some in and out of the tech. I mean, there are some courses offered by IITs, IIMs, or even some, Harvard has many courses for professionals like you who want to have an overall general idea of any technology, blockchain or robotics or whatever, and these are free. You can go through there are 6 weeks, 8 weeks. These are all MOOCs. So you go through that, and then you come with your programmers or any other people. That will be pretty good. Any other question? Yeah.
Yeah, industry is moving to now AI/ML data science. Now the next step will be blockchain technology now. Then my question is how ML and blockchain are correlated. Is there any dependencies?
Yeah. I mean, it's see, at one stage you bring in so many technologies together. It depends on the purpose, what you want to achieve, what you want to do. You have to first define where you want to go, what you want to build, what you want to apply. Based on your final objective, your goal, you see which technologies or combination of technologies might be useful. Data science, AI, ML, blockchain technology, IoT, at one place, it's a very powerful combination. I told you, supply chain management. In supply chain management, you have to have data, you have to have applications of machine learning, IoT. For example, you have a truck loading some goods. Without IoT, you wouldn't know if the driver is coming from origin to the destination in the path you wanted him to. You have to have IoT sensors to track, and you have to have a data. You have to have blockchain technology to remove intermediaries. So there's a possible permutation and combination of technologies that you have to.
Okay, there was a myth, as some researchers says, blockchain technology is used for data privacy, one part. Yeah, on that, the data which we have collected, we apply some models.
Yes.
Is it true?
Yeah. Not necessarily privacy. See, this is a misconception here, generally in the audience, that if you have a blockchain technology, you can hide your wealth. That's I think by this belief, many smugglers got caught. When they use blockchain technology to transfer millions of dollars, because blockchain technology is open ledger. But the data inside the blockchain technology is immutable, that you can hide. But you know what, from origin to destination, how the transaction is taking place, everyone knows. It's open to the entire world. You cannot hide that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, last one.
So one small question I'd like to ask, because I represent an engineering college.
Which college?
Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology. I thank Shahid Bhai for inviting me here, and yours was a wonderful lecture for me. because I am for the students, by the students, to the students. So
You're very
wholeheartedly,
democratic.
whatever is
Yeah.
there, we try to share. But there are two things which are cropping up. One is technology, which is very fast, and how people are adapting, how students are adapting in this COVID and all. 2 years it has gone by. So one thing is, my students ask me, sir, we want to do internships
Oh, yeah,
in the
yeah.
technologies,
Yeah,
blockchain
yeah,
or
yeah.
AI or DS, whatever it is. And second thing is like, because my college has all the credentials, NBA accredited, NAC, autonomous, whatever is there in the market, it is available. Now my focus is like, I want to collaborate with some organizations wherein that can generate some new ideas on the technology. Plus, I can generate some internships wherein it focuses on getting placements in good companies. So how do you suggest on that?
Yeah, I thought presentation previously by Dr. Salman addressed that question in very.
So that was regarding TBI and startups.
No, I mean for even for internships, if you have a collaboration with the industries, if you make an MOU with the industries, you can send your kids there for.
No, I have MOUs, I have COEs, but I don't have collaborations. These MOUs and all, because they are like, they are purely commercial, right? They focus on some financial figures.
Yeah, maybe you have to change the system of education a little bit, because I know that in Germany there are two universities. One is university, another is called Fachhochschule, which is a practical university. So people who want to do PhD go to the pure universities, and people who want to go to industry, they go to Fachhochschule, which is a practical university. And in practical universities, they have a compulsory 6-month industrial training for their students. That's part of the syllabus.
I agree on that. Germany and also right now with the situation.
You can lobby for this kind of system here.
So anything.
Can you be addressing that? No. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like we have people into data science, we have sub-security group, we have software engineering group, we have AI group.
Yeah.
Now the companies come forward to us because we do consultancy with companies.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now in that collaboration, we not only do consultancy, we establish that MOU that our students will be coming to you. We have exchange programs. So first of all, we need to identify our strengths in our faculty, form that particular group, and approach that companies. Because see, we are only talking one way. What you are giving back to the company is more important.
Yeah, exactly.
So once we do that, then collaboration gets established. So we have some MOUs on that particular ground. We also do consultancy and generate money also.
Yeah, I suggest we share the table at lunch and talk more about this. Thank you very much.